Good day, social media. That right there is Bugataville's Galena, affectionately known as G. Y'all seen that? She know her name. And we just doing our thing, just our daily routine. We try to put a couple dogs on the leash every day, a few dogs on the leash if we can. You know what I mean? Because it's only right, man. That I ain't trying to criticize nobody, but I feel it's best to get them out on a leash, man. They can't spend every day on a chain. You know what I mean? They can't just go from the chain to the treadmill. I got a guy who I was talking to him. He's a real active guy, and he said they don't walk them. He said walking them don't get the heart rate up enough. He said they got a joke around their camp. We walk them from the chain to the treadmill, from the chain to the mill, and that's it. I guess to each his own. I just feel like the bond that walking your dog creates is one that you can only get by walking your dog or doing something very, very similar. She didn't even see that dog in the yard. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give you my theory on why I think it creates such a bond. Because the dog is don't know where it's at. All the dog knows is it's with you. Now, come on, girl. Come on. And I think that's what makes them. That's what creates that bond that you get from walking your dogs. That's why I do shit like go different routes. I put my dog in a car, drive to a whole nother side of town just to walk them. Because another thing I've noticed about dogs, they're very explorative. Have you ever noticed if you see a dog loose, it's never walking. It got like a little trot. They don't even slow down because they're so curious about everything that they just keep going. You know what I mean? They're never walking. It's like a little trot they do when they're running loose. Like if you see a loose dog running free. Not a dog loose with his human or some shit like that. I'm talking about a loose dog. Running the streets. They're pretty much always trotting. You never see them walking. Unless they just got through smelling something or using the bathroom or something like that. But for the most part, they're always trotting. They're very explorative. So to stimulate their mind, I do stuff like drive to different areas just to walk the dog. If I was more of a traveler, I would take a dog every time just to, uh-oh, my wife hitting me. Oh, my wife just texted me and said she won't be ready at 4 o'clock. Me and my wife are sharing one car right now. Because my shit is, my car is turned into a piece of shit. I need to go pick it up though, it's in the shop, but I'm not fixing it. I'm not fixing it with the shop at least. I might let a shade tree fix it, but I'm buying me a new vehicle. I think I'm gonna go to the lot. I don't like paying notes, but I think I've decided, fuck it, I'm gonna pay some notes. I be trying not to curse so much, man, but I've been growing a long, long time. And cursing is a habit of mine. That was my son text me. Look, so check this out. This is a positive story, I guess. So, when I was in high school, we used to have these all high school field trips. You know what I'm saying? It started with the first time we went to some university. I can't remember which one. Was it the U of M? I don't know. We went to some big ass thing, and it was like a learning experience. It's a black thing. It's a African American type of shit. White people could come, of course. They ain't excluding white people. But everything you learn is gonna be about some black shit, black history in America. American black history. So they would have one every year. It was all high schools. It used to be dope as hell. That was where you wanted to go on that field trip. And I stayed in trouble all the time, so I was never really supposed to go. But I skipped school and went every year. I don't know if I caught a bus or if I rode with somebody. I didn't get to ride the school bus because I wasn't supposed to be going. What the hell? Is that a mushroom? Yup. I think that's a mushroom. How is it a perfect circle? That's a mushroom, yo. That's crazy. But anyway, so my senior year, my first son was born my senior year. But I never went with girls that went to school with me. Now, we might mess around, you know what I mean? If I could slam them, I would slam them. But you couldn't be my woman if we went to the same school. I don't know why. I guess because I just wanted to be able to flirt with everybody, and I didn't want everybody in my business and shit like that. So, when my son's mom, my oldest, her name is Angela. When Angela was pregnant with my son, Savion, I hadn't really told nobody that I went to school with. None of the females, at least. So, like a few days before the trip, this young lady that I went to school with, she knew my son's mom. And she just like told everybody in the school that day. It's like everybody, all the girls kept coming up to me. Oh, you got somebody pregnant, this, that, and the other, this, woo, woo, woo. You know, just talking, not like, oh, it could have been me. No shit like that. I ain't saying that. But, you know, just making conversation about it. So this is like 3 days before the field trip. So the day of the field trip, I'm a senior now. I don't want to go. Fuck that field trip. You know what I mean? I'm going to do something else. So when everybody going to the field trip, me and my homies, we went over Yolanda. I think her name was Yolanda and Sean. I don't remember which. I think it was Londa's crib. But they was like real close, best friends. So we went over their crib. They gonna play cards and smoke weed and shit. That's all we going to do. I don't really play cards. I'm just going to smoke. I remember I jumped out the window on the ground level. They had a window wide enough you could jump out the joint. It was like a fire window or some shit like that. So I had a bunch of the white kids crowd around me, you know, in front of the window, and I jumped out the window while the teacher wasn't looking. Boom, my homeboy was sitting out there waiting on me. Cause they got out during lunch. I couldn't make it out. So we over in London, we kicking it, woo woo. It's the big field trip. My son's mom water break. Now we ain't told nobody where we going. Wasn't no cell phones back then. Do y'all know somehow they found us? Man, we get a call at Londa House. Tell Tone Angela's water broke out at the zoo. Cause that year the field trip was to the Minnesota Zoo. The all high school field trip. It wasn't like no lesson or nothing. It was to the Minnesota Zoo. Boom. So, come on. So me and the homies, you know, we was just shocked. We just kept saying, how the hell did y'all find us? Who told y'all we was here? I didn't tell nobody. I didn't even know where we was going when we left. You know, Wimp and Keek, they knew. Keek is one of my kennel partners. Wimp is supposed to be one of my kennel partners. But, you know, he's going through some different things in his life right now, so. But Keek and Bebe, me, Wimpy, Keek, and Bebe. DK, Kiki, Wimpy, and Bebe that's who I grew up doing dogs with, them. That's who I fucked with dogs with. Like, now me and Keek go back to the third or fourth grade. When we used to steal dogs. When we was like in the third grade, fourth grade, we was actually stealing people's dogs. Any kind of dog. You know, back then we just loved dogs. Any kind of dog. And we used to fight them dogs. I remember he had a dog. He said it's a Doberman and something mix. Because he said we knew who we got the dog from. See, I don't remember it in that much detail. I thought he was some type of hound dog mix. Because that's what he looked more like, a hound dog. But he was a scrapping little dog, man. Of course, them dogs never. Mine did. I ended up keeping my dog that I had then all the way to the 12th grade. Till I was a senior in till after I graduated high school. Once I I got my first purebred American Pit Bull Terrier. I put her down when my pup was about 4 months or some shit like that. I feel like she was interfering with my training, you know what I mean? Because she was doing shit like, she was an old dog. She would go down in the basement, piss on the floor. And, you know, I didn't want her teaching my dog that shit. Plus, she was old. She wasn't really happy with life no more. So I put her down. That's not the normal dog that would be in their yard. At least for some reason, I remember a different dog. My weed brother's finna kick in, so I'm probably gonna be all over the place with my conversation. Don't mind that, you know. Look at the dog. That's what the video is really about, the dog. But I guess somebody walking their dog ain't all that interesting. No, I will not be taking her up to the fence or nothing like that. They gotta be the dog, because that motherfucker look old. Look at that shit, they got cameras. See them cameras right there? They got cameras for your ass. You're not sneaking up on their yard at all. Nice cameras too, look at them. That shit, them look like they on a business or something. Them is some really nice cameras they got. But this is these are mansions right here. Like this crib is probably big as hell. You know, you can't really see it because they got all these trees and flowers and pretty bushes and shit blocking that shit. Oh yeah, G's very interested. She don't bark. Look at that shit. The dog's smart though. It won't come over here on these. It only stays on the grass. It ain't got nothing blocking it. It must know that's against the rules. But like I was saying, these are like the mansions right here. Carl Eller lived on the other side of this house. Not this one right here, but next door to it. If you watch football, you know who Carl Eller is, don't you? You know, the Vikings, we never won a Super Bowl, but we went to 4 within 6 years. We was a powerhouse. I'm gonna tell you the major mistake we made. Our stadium used to be outside, like fucking dummies. We moved into a dome. That was dumb as hell. You know what I mean? We was killing people because they couldn't tolerate the cold, man. Just like Green Bay, do you know, man? I think Michael Vick, if I'm not mistaken, Michael Vick was the first, that Atlanta team was the first team to ever beat the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs at home. You know why? Because during playoff time, it's below 0 in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And we're probably colder than them. That was dumb. Bud Grant used to be out there with a t-shirt on. He'll come out there right now. Oh, he might have died. He might have just recently died. But he used to be out there like 80 fucking years old with a t-shirt on. It's cold as hell. A t-shirt. Because for 2 years we played in the Gopher Stadium. And it was outside. I don't think we made it to the playoffs now one of them years. If we did, we ain't had no home games. But it was cold as hell there. Even before the playoffs. It get cold around this motherfucker. That's one thing I like about gentrification. Y'all brought dogs, man. Y'all like dogs. And I like that about y'all. See what I'm saying about these cribs? It's a really nice area. This is probably like 3 blocks from my house. Let me see. This is exactly 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Then this one right here. I guess this dog is too old. Can't really run no more. But that's what he do for it. See, some people really. That's a good person being good to his dog, man. Loving his dog. The dog's too old to run. Or maybe something happened, he can't run, but he used to love to. So he puts him on like a sled on the back of his bike, sled with wheels, a trailer, like a trailer. On the back of this bike, look at these houses. Look at that house. Look at that. I would love it. What's up with you brothers?
Hey, what's up, man?
Ain't nothing to it. Like I said, y'all, I get a lot of love in the hood. Look at them cribs, man. That's an add-on. They added on to that crib. That motherfucker was already big. Good. Thank you. This one right here. And I know that whole piece to the left, that's an add-on. That wasn't there. I grew up around here, man. That's an add-on. And it got 2 levels. The add-on got 2 levels. Damn. With a whole nother door. Damn. I gotta get my money right, man. When I was growing up, I used to think I see a peacock in this yard right here. They got their backyard is dope as hell. It's like a bowl. They're right behind our house is like a hill, and it's a hill on all sides. It's really nice. It's really nice. But I used to think I seen a peacock in there every year, every summer. But now that I'm older, I'm thinking it was probably a turkey, a colorful ass turkey. This cat I went to high school went there. He used to live there during high school. He was what I call a popular square. Like he wasn't no street dude, but he was real popular with the you know what I mean, all the gang and all that type of stuff. We was real cool with him. He was real cool. I liked him. My guys, right now, to this day, we still real cool. This is what else gentrification brought to my neighborhood. They now this is almost a slap in the face though. So right down the street there is a trail system. It's always been there, always. You know what I mean? I've been living in this neighborhood all my life, like literally. My grandmother owned the house I live in now. So even when I wasn't living in this neighborhood, I was in this neighborhood because my grandmother lived right, you know, she lived where I live right now. And I lived in 3 houses just between them 2 corners. Anywho, that trail system been there forever. But now that we got white people moving in the neighborhood, they're putting which is something they should have been done. My point, that's my point, they should have been done it. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it, but if you're gonna do it when white people move in the neighborhood, you should have been done it. Now they're putting a bike lane. You know what I mean? That's what this is. This is a bike lane. That's the sidewalk for pedestrians. This is a bike lane. All the way the fuck down the street, man. This goes all the way 2 miles. A little more than 2 miles. I know because I ran my dog that far the other day, so I map quested it, and it's 2 miles. A little more than 2 miles. So I ran my dog there and back. I was on the e-scooter. But so you know what I mean? So America wants to, you know, claim this is not a racist country. We're not supposed to see this kind of shit. Like this, to me, this was like a slap in the face, bro. If y'all felt like this should have been a bike lane, why the fuck y'all didn't put it down there 10 years ago, 20 years ago? The trail system been there. So if there was a need for a bike lane now, there was a need for a bike lane then. That's my point. Them Nikes, bro, them hard. Them hard, I like those. Yeah, them Nikes he got on are dope. Where you get them at? Online? Yeah, them motherfuckers hard. I don't even know, bro, but that's all I'm saying, yo. I don't got no problem with gentrification at all. I swear for God, I don't. Like I said, I like the fact y'all brought them dogs. Shit. What's up, bro? How y'all doing? You know what I mean? And I like the fact that they're doing it. I just think they should have been done it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna do it, you should have been done it. That's all I'm saying. And I don't like speaking on it because when you speak on it, it makes it sound like you take issue with white people moving in the neighborhood, and I don't. You know what I mean? If it don't push us out, well, it ain't gonna push me out because I own my crib, and I ain't going nowhere. They're gonna have to pay me triple. I might take double. But anyway, as long as they don't push us out, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from Minneapolis. It's multicultural anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, our neighborhood might be separated, but anywhere you go, you're gonna see other races. This is Minneapolis. We have the highest population of Somalis. I mean per capita or whatever the word is. We have the highest population of Somalis. We have the highest population of a certain kind of Asians. I think they're Hmongs or Laotian, one of the two, Hmongs or Laotian. We hella white and we hella black. And Mexicans are becoming deep as hell. Like it's like 4 houses on my block with Hispanics in there. And you know, they be in there kind of deep too. So no matter where you go in Minneapolis, you know what I mean, you're gonna see people of other races. So you can have a problem all you want to. Now, if you go out to the suburbs and stay out there, like, you know, my daughter went to school in Wayzata, which is a suburb not real far from Minneapolis, but it's not. It's super, super white. Now, she had a whole bunch of white friends before she went to school there because my daughter grew up on a dance team. So the first one she was at was all black people, of course. You know, that's how we got into it. But the more she grew, she needed to be in more in advanced classes. So she ended up in a all-white school. There was only like 3 black kids there. But they wholeheartedly accepted her. She was really, really cool with food. They called themselves not the 4 Horsemen. They called themselves the Fierce Foursome or some shit they called themselves. It was 4 of them. And my daughter was one of them. It was really more than 4 of them, but 4 of them was really tight. It was really about 6 of them, but 4 of them was really tight. And they was rich. You know what I'm saying? We the only people that wasn't rich. All them motherfuckers was rich. I'm talking about rich. The main one that they used to spend the night at her house all the time, they had a gigantic ass house way in the suburb. Anywho, I done got thrown off track. Let me get back to what I'm talking about. So, going to Wayzata was her first time experiencing like racism. Like, she had never experienced that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I used to try to tell her, like, everybody's not like your friends. You know what I mean? You can't expect that everywhere you go. And she used to just blow me off like I was just talking. But me and her mom used to try to explain that to her. But she learned when she hit high school and she went to Wayzata. When I say this school, man, they made the news because this is the fucking teacher. One of the lessons the teacher wanted to teach was, what would you do if you colonized Africa? How would you colonize Africa? Or some shit like that. So, of course, one of the black students had a real problem with that. That shit made the news. The day after Trump was elected, anytime it was a crowd of white kids, a crowd of white dudes, so anytime a Mexican or a Somali or some shit would walk by, they was in some corner of the hallway, anytime a Mexican, Somali, anybody foreign would walk by, they would be chanting, deportation, deportation. This is the day after Trump was elected. Deportation. The racists love Trump. You know what I mean? The anti-government, white supremacist hate groups love Donald Trump. He had to be the first president in 60 years that they supported. I don't know why I keep getting thrown off because my high's kicking in. But now I don't forgot what I was talking about. Minneapolis is a great place to live, though. That's all I'm saying. Other than it getting cold as fuck, no. I wouldn't mind, if I move somewhere, it would still have to be somewhere where the seasons change. You feel me? Because I don't want to be somewhere where it's just hot all the damn time. I need this, I just don't like that winter's so long here. Winter's like 5-6 months here, man. It's finna it'll be snow on the ground by Halloween, if not way before. But the way this month is going, it ain't gonna snow this month. But sometimes it'll snow in September, shit. But it'll be snow on the ground by Halloween. And that shit won't be gone sometimes until March. Sometimes it'll be gone early April. But my son's birthday is April 30th, my oldest. And some years it would be at the roller gardens, which is a skating rink. And some years it would be like a picnic or a barbecue. Some years it'll be outside, some years it'll be indoor, depending on what Mother Nature gave us that year. We have a saying here in Minneapolis, in all of Minnesota. Mother Nature is bipolar. That bitch don't know what she want to do.